Hey, I'm Joe. So if you've been following my progress, you know I just got my rear turn signals mounted. So next thing I gotta do is wire them in. And what's nice about these turn signals is that they're also running lights and brake lights. So I don't have to wire in a separate rear light just to do this. So enjoy. So I went ahead and mounted my rear license plate bracket. So this is just a mount that goes right on the axle. And then I tighten down this, and then there is a pin that goes in to prevent this from spinning. So in the state of Maryland, you're not allowed to have your license plate vertically. You have to do it horizontally. You can see that this mount does allow you to rotate it. Believe me, I would prefer to have it rotated. That way it doesn't stick out as far, but you know, laws are laws. Moving back up to the turn signals, you can see that I mounted them on the left and right. And next thing I gotta do is wire them in. So before I wire them, I do wanna do a bit of testing to make sure that I've got them set up correctly. So let's take a look at the wiring diagram. So we're gonna be working off of the back of the bike. So you can see we've got the tail and brake light here, and then you see we have the turn signals on the left and right. So I'm not going to be using these because my turn signals function as the running light and the brake light. So instead of wiring here, I'm going to wire these in here as well. Now I also have a wiring diagram for the rear turn signals. I really like this set because they also have a matching front turn signal set. So you can see the fronts have turn signals and running lights, and then you see there is a black wire, which is the ground. And then if you see on the other side, these actually have 4 wires. So the rears allow you to do brake light, turn signal, driving light, and then the ground. So that's nice that I'm gonna have the same front and rear, yet these are dual purpose and I don't have to run an extra light just to get the functionality that I need. The way that we're going to wire this is if you look at the Honda wiring diagram, okay, so the left side of the bike, so this is the left turn signal, you can see O, which is orange, goes to one of the turn signals and then it goes to ground, and then on the other side, so this is the right side of the bike, it has LB, which is light blue. So each one of the turn signals have to go from the colored wire, either orange or light blue, and then they have to go into the ground, which is this black wire that's supposed to be coming off. Now also, if we look at the tail and brake light, it has a ground, which is green. It has a green and yellow, which is the brake light, and then it has a brown, which is the running light. So as long as you have ignition on, that running light should be on so that folks know that your motorcycle is turned on. So that's a requirement for motorcycles. Both your headlight and your rear light need to be on whenever the ignition is turned on. It's a little bit different from cars. So what I'll do is the green and yellow, I will wire into the brake light here. So that'll go to the red wire. And then the brown wire here, which is the driving light, will go into the blue wire. So that will give us all the functionality we need for the rear of the bike. Let's actually test this before we wire everything up. So I'm gonna be using the left turn signal, and I really like these alligator clips. These allow me to clip into the wire, and then I can run them to the harness, and then I can test the functionality without wiring them in, right? It's nice because I've got a bunch of different colors, and this makes testing pretty easy. So I've got all the wires coming out here. They're all wired in, and then we'll do a little bit of testing. Now I've got the battery mounted below the swing arm. So I'm going to screw this in to give the bike some power. I always disconnect the ground from the battery when I'm messing with the wires. You can accidentally burn yourself if you're not careful. So it's a good idea just to remove those. You can also blow fuses. You can fry some of the equipment as well, so you want to be careful. I'm going to turn the ignition on, and then I'm going to turn on the left turn signal. So I've got the turn signal up front is flashing. You can see that the running light is on as well as the turn signal. So if I turn off the turn signal, you can see I've got running light. And then to test the brake light, I'm just going to pull on the little piece right here that goes to the brake pedal. So you can see it goes from a dollar red to braking. And what's also nice is, right, you can have turn signal going, running light, and you can be braking. And you can see it responds to all three of those. So I'd like to do some cleanup on this harness. So what I'm gonna do is swap each one of these bullet connectors with a new one because I don't need all of these grounds. So I do need a splitter for these two, and then I need singles over here. So let's go through and clean up this harness. So the first thing we can do is let's cut off ground, cut off each of these. We'll go through and wrap new tape as well. All right, let's go through and we'll strip each one of these. So it looks like these are, let's see if there's 16 gauge. Yep, 16 gauge works. Looks like all of these are the same size. So I use a wire stripper. Makes it really easy to get off all the insulation. So let's start with blue. I'll put on this clear piece first. Grab the end here. Best way to do that is to actually get a crimping tool where these fit in. So this just fits in right there. And then you slide the wire in. Once you get it to the correct spot, you just squeeze, and then you've got a nice solid connection. That's not going to come out, and then I'll slide this up. See, just like that. So we'll also do the same thing for the orange because that's another single connection. And then the other three are all going to be dual. So I've got the protector for the dual right there. So we'll load that into the tool. So we get green for ground. And then we'll slide that down. Okay, 2 more to go. Got the brown connector there. See, so that didn't take too long. Now we have all new connectors, cleaned it up, removed what we didn't need, and then I'll go and rewrap this so that it's all new tape. Now before I wire in these taillights, I need to run the wire into the box here. So if I look under the motorcycle, you can see, I believe the previous owner drilled through the frame here. So there's already a hole that I can run this cabling. So I'm going to use that hole, and then I'm going to drill into the same spot into this box. So that will give me a route directly in. So I'm going to pull the box out so that I can drill it. All right, so to ensure that I'm drilling a hole in the right spot, I'm just going to mark it, permanent marker. That way I'm not drilling blind. All right, so it's out, and I'm gonna have to drill right there. All right, next step is to drill through it. Okay, and then we'll just have to make sure that this hole is big enough for all the wires, and then I'll clean up this hole a little bit so that we don't have all this extra metal hanging off. So I was able to get the cable through, so this is gonna work for me. I just need to figure out if there's any last holes that I need to drill in this, because I would like to mount a bunch of the pieces, and then powder coating is what's next for this. You can see this is already starting to rust a little bit, probably because the oil on my hands, because this is all bare metal, but I can always grind this down, get all that surface rust off, and then powder coat, and then I won't have an issue. So now a similar exercise to what I went through on the harness already. I need to strip these, and then I need to add bullet connectors to each one of them. So let's see, these are a little bit thinner than the other ones. Let's see if 18 works. Nope. Let's try 20 gauge. Yeah, 20 gauge looks right. So 20 gauge. And then this time, we'll have the smaller end pointing towards the bullet connector. Put it inside of the tool. Okay, this one tightly. And just like that. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, all the connections are made, so let's actually test it before we wire everything up. So first, we got black, it's going into the grounds. We'll do this on both sides. There, okay, black's going into the grounds. Then we have turn signals. The right one is blue, the left one is orange. Blue is the driving light, or the running light, which is brown. And then last, but definitely not least, is the brake light. That will be this red. All right, everything's plugged up. Let's see how everything works. So I'm gonna screw in the battery down below, okay? Let's see how we did. Keys turning on now. Okay, we have our running lights. Let's try left turn signal. Flashing, good. Right turn signal. Flashing, good. And then we can pull on this for the brake. Awesome. That looks great. I'm super happy with it. Glad everything worked first time. The wiring has to be done underneath, obviously, but once I get the underseat box, then I can wire it the correct way. All right, that's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to get notifications when I release new videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Take care.